everybody, Cinemastick this here with your daily video, and as always, hope you guys are having a fantastic day, and I've got some fun stuff to show you, some more goodies I picked up from FYE. Yes, believe it or not, another trip out to FYE. It's again a store I just don't frequent as often as I probably should, but I had good reason to go out there. Last time I went out there, obviously, I went out for the whole Pokemon sale that was going on. Got a lot of really good deals on season sets of Pokemon. That was really cool, but the reason I wanted to head out there again was because, as you guys know, unfortunately, I am getting laid off from my job. I'll be laid off at the end of the month. And as such, it's going to be a little bit more difficult for me to ship stuff out as frequently as I used to. I'll still be able to ship stuff out and whatnot. I won't get into that, but I'll still be able to do that. Just not as easily or as frequently as I once did, because I did work in a mailroom. And as such, shipping things out obviously wasn't an issue for the last 14 years. Anything I needed to ship could be taken care of. It was great. But that's not the case anymore, unfortunately. So as such, when it comes to Listia, I've been listing like 5 things a day on Listia and just shipping them out. So every day, 5 things get listed, 5 things get shipped out. I've just been going like crazy. But it's going to get to the point now where I got to go back to doing what I first did when I started on Listia, which is listing one item every day. Listing one item and shipping one item out every day. That's how I'm going to start doing it now on Listia until I run out of stuff, if I ever run out of stuff. I always think to myself, okay, someday I'm going to run out of stuff to post on Listia, and the pile's just going to get smaller and smaller and smaller. And every time I say that, somebody sends me like more stuff, or I replace a bunch of VHS, or for some reason my pile just ends up growing. It always happens. So going back to one item a day on Listia. So as such, I have a huge pile upstairs, like this big Rubbermaid container upstairs of CDs and DVDs that are all Listia bait. And since I kind of wanted to dwindle that pile down a little bit, figured I'd go to FYE and trade in whatever they could possibly take. So they did take a bunch of CDs, they took a bunch of DVDs. The strange thing is, they took a bunch of like really weird stuff. I was actually expecting them to take a lot more like common stuff, but I guess the more I think about it, they don't probably take as much common stuff because their store probably already has, 10 copies of that one common title that everybody probably trades into FYE. So I guess that makes sense. They probably took the weird stuff because that's the stuff they don't have copies of. But they did take a bunch of stuff, unfortunately. Not all of it, maybe 25% of everything I brought in. I brought in like 2 big, like rolling suitcases full of stuff. So yeah, so they only took about 25%, but still I got some store credit for it. They're actually having a sale going on, like a sale, like a deal going on, where it was, if you got store credit instead of cash, they give you 50% more. So that was really cool. So I definitely took the store credit, and I got some really cool stuff. So let's see what I got here. So first up, I did pick up 2 CDs. So first one being MIA, is it Kala? Am I saying that right? Kala. I've never really known how to pronounce the name of this album. This is a great album. Love MIA. Had our first 2 albums, I believe our first 2 albums. This one and the one before it. Unless she had something else out before that, I'm not sure. But I think these are our first 2 albums. So I had this one and our first one. Loved them. They're great. Again, I was stupid, sold all of my CD collection and obviously lost them because of that. But absolutely love this. It's kind of this like, it's like electronic meets like hip-hop meets like reggae. It's this whole weird thing. I just usually just categorize it under, hip-hop and rap, but it's definitely different than that. It has a whole different sound, and I love it. And this is kind of the CD that kind of really boosted her career. Her first album, she had a little bit of success with that. Her first album kind of raised an eyebrow. People started hearing about her. She started getting some recognition in like magazines and stuff. She had a pretty decent video out and whatnot. She started getting some recognition and whatnot, but nothing too big. And then this album came out, and this album has Paper Planes on it, which obviously was a huge hit, although even though they sampled The Clash, and it's amazing how many of my friends were like, Paper Planes, I love that song, and then I would put on the Clash Straight to Hellboy, and they'd be like, is this Paper Planes? Like, no, this is the song they sampled. They had no idea there was a sample from a Clash song, but that song obviously really boosted her career, and it was kind of like her first big hit. So this is kind of like her hit album, but her first 2 are definitely fantastic. I know she had some more on after that. I think she's supposed to stop after this or something like that. I read that she was like, okay, I've said all I had to say, I'm done. That she came out with like more or something like that. I don't know. I had to check them out, but this is really cool. Had to pick it up. That's awesome. Great album. I can't tell you how many times like I'm going to listen to this over and over and over again. I already have a bunch of times. And then picked up some Me Without You, this being It's All Crazy, It's All False, It's All a Dream, It's All Right. What a crazy name for an album. But Me Without You, great band. I've seen them play like 3 times now. I've seen them play live, and just absolutely fantastic every single time. Great band, kind of this, I don't know what you want to call them, very interesting sound. It's like, I don't quite say it was like punk, but kind of like not rock. It's kind of this, it's just, again, I like bands that have kind of this unique sound, kind of a sound I listen to and don't go, oh, I can name like 20 other bands who sound just like this band. I like when I listen to a band and go, I don't know anybody else who sounds like this. And that's kind of the way both of these artists are concerned. So very cool. Me Without You, great band. I've actually never heard this album before, so I already started listening to it. It was great. I love what I heard thus far. But this is definitely one I did not have in the collection. I only had like the first like 3 albums or something like that in the collection. I hadn't gotten anything else after that, so I had to pick this one up. This is awesome. Very cool. And what I've heard thus far, I've really enjoyed. All right, but now on to the actual cinema here. I got some pretty cool stuff. So very excited about this. We have 50/50, which is a Canon Pictures movie I did not own yet. So definitely had to pick this up. I love Canon, just my all-time favorite film studio, even before it became trendy to like Canon. Oh, that drives me nuts. For many years, for those of you who've been following me for a long time, you guys know for years and years, I would just say how much I love Canon. Just the movies they put out were just, I mean, cheesy, bad, goofy, ridiculous, but so much fun. I just love them. And then like over the last like 2 years or so, all of a sudden it's like Canon Pictures, like everybody like loves them, and I see people wearing t-shirts and pins and there's all kinds of like Canon Pictures merchandise out there now, and I'm just like but yeah, Canon is awesome. So definitely had to pick this one up. I don't have this one yet, and can't wait to check it out. And as you can see, it was only $4, so really good deal there. Very cool. And then I picked up 2 of these White Knuckle Presents titles, which is just some extreme sports. First one we have here is Dig 25, which is only 99 cents. Would have just grabbed that whether or not I had store credit or not. So Dig 25 looks like just a BMX extreme sports DVD. Cool. And this was only $1.99. Would have grabbed this one as well. This is Nasty's World, which I guess is just more BMX. Very cool. I have a few of these White Knuckle DVDs for like snowboarding and I think skateboarding and maybe some other BMX, I forget. But they were really good. I really enjoyed them, so I wanted to pick up these 2 as well. Very awesome. And then this I am so excited about. They actually had, somebody must have traded it in. They had all 3 seasons of this, and I already had the first 2 seasons. I didn't have this season yet, so definitely had to pick this up to complete my collection. I now have the entire series, and that is Friday the 13th, the final season. This is so cool because, again, this here completes my series release. I have every single season of the Friday the 13th series now, so I can finally sit down and start watching this. It's definitely something I want to get into, even though it has absolutely nothing to do with Jason Voorhees. It's a completely different thing. I mean, it's done by like the same studio, whatnot. They were using the name on purpose, but it has nothing to do with Jason Voorhees, which kind of sucks. But I've heard such good things about this. I hear it's actually a pretty decent show. I mean, a lot of people were upset when it came out and whatnot, and a lot of people even to this day are upset that it has nothing to do with the Friday the 13th film series. But from what I hear, if you just watch it for what it is and take it for what it is, it's a pretty decent show from what I hear. So I've been wanting to check it out, and I know the entire series, all the seasons, the entire series. So that's really cool. Got to check that out. That's awesome. And then finally picking these up because my best friend, I guess just a couple weeks ago, was actually like, do you watch this show? And I said, you know what? I haven't even seen a single episode yet. I don't know any of the seasons. I just haven't got around to picking them up or checking it out yet. And he gave me this look. And it wasn't like an I'm mad at you look. It was like it was that I'm so disappointed in you look. And I was like, wow, I really need to start checking this show out. I've heard a lot of good things. I've heard a lot of good reviews. A lot of people like I follow and stuff have said such good things about this show, and since my best friend said I have to check this out, I had to. So I picked up seasons 1 and 2 of Rick and Morty. Yes, finally picking this up, finally checking this show out. I've only ever seen like teaser trailers and commercials and stuff for it. It looks like a good show. I remember seeing it thinking that looks awesome. Looks like a show I would definitely enjoy, but I just never got around to actually seeing any episodes, and I'm only now getting around to picking up the season. So definitely looking forward to checking this out. I really want to see what the show's all about. It looks just fantastic. And my best friend says it's like the greatest show like ever. So I definitely want to check this out. And I have heard really good things. So I had to grab both of these when I came across them. They're actually on sale. They were not $25 a piece. They were cheaper than that. So very, very cool. And then probably what I'm most excited for, because this is something I have been wanting to get in the collection since I first started collecting. I've been eyeing these up for such a long time. There's been a few different releases of these. Every time they re-release these, it's just always so expensive, and just to the point where just I'm not gonna be able to pick them up, because I mean I gotta find it for cheap, and I never find them for cheap. And even if I come across them used at like a pawn shop or a flea market or something like that, people are still asking way too much for these. I finally got it for actually in total, everything you're seeing here I paid like $12 for out of pocket. Everything else was store credit. I paid like $12 for everything, so really cool deal. So I had to pick this up. This is such an amazing pickup. I'm so happy to finally say I own this. It's in the collection. Definitely something that's a bit of a holy grail for me, and something, again, that's been on my wish list since like I first started collecting like 15 years ago. So really excited about this, and that is the complete series release of Star Trek, the original series. This is amazing. All 3 seasons of Star Trek. So cool. Again, this is something I've just wanted. I've seen many episodes of Star Trek over the years in syndication, but I've certainly not seen all of them. That is definitely something that has never happened. And I've always wanted to sit down and like marathon it from episode 1 to episode 79. I want to see them all. Out of all the Star Trek series that have been out there, this is the one that I just like, I gotta sit down and watch the whole thing and marathon it all and check it all out. The one I want to see the most, the one I'm most interested in, and the one I've had just the most hard time getting my hands on. Like I said, I do come across the Star Trek releases. They're just always so darn expensive. Even used, they're so expensive, and I just can't find it for the price I'm willing to pay. So getting it for, let's just say this is the one let's just say everything else was free and I paid $12 for this. We'll say that. I don't care. $12 for this, good deal. So had to pick it up. I think this was actually marked down to like $40, which is something I love. I love the fact that we're now so far into, DVDs and whatnot, and the fact that people, whether you want to, I mean, some people say it is, some people say it isn't, but I mean, physical media is kind of on its way out, sort of. So it's gotten to the point now where when they re-release stuff, a lot of times it's a lot cheaper now. And I really like when re-releases come out, because you're going to be able to find it for a much better price, because, stuff like 5-10 years ago, stuff like this would have been like $300 for this set. Now it's like $40, because it's just, they're not selling as much as they used to. They're dropping the prices down. They've gotten all the hardcore people out there who just really love this show. They've gotten the money from them. They've sold their like $200, $300, whatever, $100 sets. They sold them to the die-hard Star Trek fans. They all bought them up. They all own them. Their money's been made. Now they're re-releasing this stuff and looking to cash in on the people who pass on those expensive sets and want to pick this up for a more reasonable price, I think. So cool. Star Trek, the original series, finally within my collection. I can't even begin to tell you how excited I am about that, how excited I am to finally sit down and start checking this series out. Like I said, I've seen many episodes, but I haven't seen them all, and I certainly haven't seen them all in order too. So this is great. So excited about that. So there you go, guys. That was everything I picked up from FYE, thanks to trading in some stuff. Unfortunately, like I said, they didn't take everything. They only took about 25% of what I brought in, but hey, it was enough to get some really cool stuff here. Like I said, I paid in total, this came out to like, I think a little under actually, $12. It was like $11 and some change. That included tax and stuff like that. So $11 and some change for all this awesomeness right here. Some good music, some awesome cinema right there. Definitely some fantastic pickups. Very excited about all of that. So that's it, guys. So like I always say, thank you guys so much for checking this video out. Be sure to hit that like button down below. Also, if you want to see a brand new video from me every single day, then hit that subscribe button and you're going to get one. And also, if you want to pick yourself up a Cinema Sickness t-shirt, hoodie, tank top, hats, buttons, kids gear, baby gear, all kinds of cool Cinema Sickness gear, head over to cinemasickness.spreadshirt.com where you can get yourself some of that. And finally, if you want to show your support for new content, just show your thanks and appreciation for these videos and receive early access to all my videos, or most of my videos. There may be a couple of times when videos get all posted at the same time, but let's say 90% of my videos, you want to get early access to most of my videos, head over to patreon.com/cinemasickness, where a simple patron donation of like just even $1 will get you early access to all my videos, or most of my videos, and also just helps out the show, and I would definitely appreciate it. Just every little bit does really help. So, all right, guys, again, that is it. Thanks for watching. Have a good one, and I will see you all tomorrow. Bye.